Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. Today I am getting to work on my Christmas illustration for this year. I really have to start it as soon as possible, which means today. I actually started the sketching yesterday, so that I can get it made into Christmas cards so I can send them in time. So I have to get the illustration done before I can order the cards. What I did yesterday was all my brainstorm sketching. This is going to be the final piece. This is the brainstorm thumbnail sketch. I'm skipping the step that I usually do after this, which is larger sketches before I do this one so that I can work out the details, but I'm trying to hurry and I tried to make this as simple as possible while still looking nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this little rough, super rough thumbnail to inform my final sketch here. I need to get a pen. Since I was doing sketching, I thought all I'd need was my pencils, but I realized I need to draw my border, I guess, because what I'm doing is 9 by 12. This is actually 11 by 14 paper. I like to work on paper bigger than what my final image will be. That way I can take it to the edge and not be messed up by like falling off of the edge. You know, if you've ever done that and you get to the edge and you draw down and then it's, you know, the line is wobbly or it collects a lot of color here and it's distracting. It's not very, I guess, it's not good craftsmanship. So I need to get a pen. I actually need a gray pen and a black pen. In fact, I'll just use a gray pen for the whole thing. I usually use a black pen for the outermost border and then a gray pen for the rule of thirds lines, but it doesn't really matter, I realize, using black for the outside, as long as I'm using gray for the inside. So this is the easiest way to get a 9 by 12 or whatever size square. Use a piece of paper that's already cut to that size. Then you'll be sure to get those right angles. So if you've ever tried to just measure it out, you may have found, as I have, that you don't get right angles. Sometimes you lay the ruler down and it's actually a little wobbly and the lines don't end up matching when you actually draw them out. But if you have a paper already cut to size, then a bunch of the work's already done for you. You just have to trace it, just like that. This paper, it's just my dedicated 9 by 12 paper. 9 by 12 is my preferred size in general for illustrations. And I accidentally marked with a pen on it, so I'm like, well, I'll just use it for measuring, and now I just keep it around in my drawer. I wrote what it's for on it so that I won't forget. I need my ruler. So I'm using the rule of thirds. That means I need to mark every, let's see, up here it's 12, so every 4 inches. And I might actually do a line right in the middle for this one too, because my main character, which is my cat bear, is going to be right in the middle, so I can mark at the 6-inch line as well. And that way I'll definitely be centered when I draw him. 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. So rule of thirds is a good thing to work by, but it's not a, it's called a rule, but it's not actually a rule. It's just a really helpful guideline. So once I've divided my page into 5 different sections, because that just worked better for what I was drawing. Just whatever looks good. That's why the thumbnail sketches are important, to work that out, because what you imagine might not actually work the way you think on paper. I find that happens all the time with me. There. Now that I've marked them, all I have to do is connect the dots. The reason I use a gray pen is so that these lines are not distracting. And if I need to erase, so this gray is about the same color as pencil graphite. And that means that these lines won't look any more distinct than any of my sketches. But since they're done with ink, if I need to erase, these lines won't get lost. Furthermore, if I'm like moving my hand across, they're not going to get all smudged and make the page all messy. And another thing to keep in mind, if you use these lines, the rule of thirds or whatever you're using, if it's a little bit off, it's a little bit crooked or something, it doesn't matter that much. The overall effect is what's important. Jeff is hosting me. Yay, are you watching, Jeff? Put my ruler away. Should be done with the ruler now. And this should be all I need this pen for, so I'm done with the pen. Now, I wanted to do a circle. I'm glad I have my string still out from my last illustration where I drew all those pies and I needed a circle. So you can actually see how I do this time. Because what I'm doing, I'll get my sketch out for you again. So you can see there's this round like hill or something like that that all these little cat shapes are sitting on. I realized that doing, so what I'm doing is my cat as a chibi, and then there's going to be a bunch of snow cats. So he's like the one real cat among a bunch of snow cats like this. At first I was just going to do it straight along like this, but I realized that's kind of boring. It's too stiff. So then I tried sketching it on a circle like this, and I liked it way better. I think it helps fill the page better, and it's just more interesting to look at. So I need to do a little circle that starts in one corner and ends in the other corner. I'm not sure if it will go up as high as I imagined. I'm just going to have to test this and see. If it goes up too high, then I might just have to eyeball a circle instead of doing a perfect circle with the string. But I won't know until I test it. That's why the sketching point is really important to do, because the way I work, this sketch, I'm not going to ink this sketch. It's going to be, yeah, it goes way too high. I need it to go about this high. So I won't be using this string after all. But yeah, I do the initial sketch on this, but then I trace what I want onto the tracing paper, and then that is the final sketch. And then I put the tracing paper on the next page and everything. Maybe we'll get to that today, we'll see. So I wanted the hill to end right around here. Well, I wanted the highest point to be right around here. I wanted each of the low points to come out at these corners. So I'm just going to have to eyeball this. And it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. That's not the point. And it's going to be a snowy hill anyway. Snow drifts and stuff make it not perfect. There, that's pretty good. Now let's do the other side. I want it to be a little more round than what it's looking, so. Just gonna keep sketching until I like it. It's a whole point of sketching. Yeah, this is getting there. It's getting there. It's getting how I want it. Okay, let's erase a bit. What size eraser? Maybe my regular old. My super old. I'm pretty sure I've had this since high school. The little thing busted off and this thing is all loose. But it works. You can refill it, so no reason to get a new one. Just get refills. Erase away some of this excess graphite. Oh man, it was warm in here a minute ago, but now that I've actually sat down instead of being up doing stuff, it's starting to get a little chilly. I have to turn on my heater in a second. A little space heater. Eraser brusher. I don't know, I'll never forget the feeling of amazement I had when I realized that this existed. It was so awesome. Like, I've always needed that, because I would always end up smearing my work trying to get the eraser shavings off when I saw it at the art store when I first got really into drawing. It blew my mind. And this is still my original one. My name has gotten really rubbed off, and at some point, I'm pretty sure it was a dog chewed on both ends. There's little tooth marks in both ends of my brush. Every time I pick it up, it brings back the memory of how amazing this thing is to me. It's because it's the same exact one, and that's why. How's that? I guess this side still isn't curving up enough. Because here you can see there's this amount of space between this point and this point, but there's more space here. This needs to come up a little bit more. That's a bit better. Still not quite as round as I want. Rounder. Let's make it rounder. Let's see how that looks. I also really need to hurry and get this illustration done, because after this I'm also making a piece for my friends. I'm going to make prints, because there's no way I can make individual art presents for people this year. So I'm making one picture for friends, and one for family, and I'm going to make prints of them and give everybody a print of it. And I thought I'd, write a personal message on each one so that it's a little more personalized. Okay, I think that's good enough for that. Now, I wanted to use a circle template. Hopefully I have one big enough. Just to get the circles right, I wanted everything to be about the same size. So let me get that out. Sweet. Looks like I do have the perfect size. That's too big. So let's see. For bear, so for the snowmen, well, the snow cats, Yuki Neko, I even made a note of it, I want their heads and their bodies to be about the same size. 1-to-1 ratio is what I wrote. But with my chibis, I always have the head as slightly bigger than the body. And on top of that, I made a note that I need to have bear a little bit in front of the snowmen, the snow cats. So the snow cats will probably be exactly on this line, and then bear will be a little bit forward. So I have to think about size here. It would be nice if I had a protractor so I could, but I'll do what I can. So let's see, bear's head. Maybe this is a good size. This is great that this has these, I don't know if you can tell, there's these lines right here to tell top and bottom to make sure that it's straight. Not that it matters because it's a circle, but doesn't matter too much, but I can tell if it's too far over one way or the other way. So bear's head. Oh, this is actually good. So this would make this circle exactly the center. And that's kind of what I wanted, only I did want it to go a little higher, because with chibis the eyes are a little lower. That makes them cuter, to put them lower on the head. I think this is a good size. This is just the guideline circle, so I'm going to try to draw it pretty lightly. And since I want his body to be a little smaller, should it go down this far? Or maybe I'll put it like that. Again, this is just the guideline. Now maybe for the little snow cats, I'll use the same size. Although I liked their heads being, I'll use a slightly bigger one. I'll use the size in between his head circle and his body circle. Well, I guess it also makes a difference since I want them to be farther back, so actually maybe should use a smaller circle. Now, though, just trying to decide if maybe that's too big. Maybe I should actually use a smaller one that will really show that bear is in front of all these snow cats. Plus, circle should go down a little bit below this so that it really looks like they're not just, precariously balanced on top of this hill, that they are sitting firmly on the hill. Now I'll use a slightly bigger one. I'll touch it to the bear circle because his body is not going to be this wide, it'll be smaller. And then I'm going to do this one to try and make sure it looks as close as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect, of course, because I do want them to look like they're little handmade snow cats. This snow cat. This is the size, right? Yep. Did want space between the snow cats. Not too much, but a little bit. And this one is probably pretty good. Trying to draw these super light. And this just barely shows up. I'll put it right at the corner. There. Tiniest bit of body showing right there. Now, I wanted their heads to be the same size. But again, it should be overlapping, so it looks like the two balls of snow are definitely on top of each other. Solid. I want them to all splay out like this. I guess the word is splay. Let's see. That looks like a satisfying amount of intersection. It's kind of hard to tell though. I think I want to use a ruler to get a line so I can tell. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So if I wanted them to come out of this center point, that might be too much, but let's see. Yeah, I think it should go like that. Just gonna make a mark here and make a mark here in line with these little lines, and then line that up and draw a line here. And now I can line this up for the head. There we go. Let's do the same thing on this side. I think I used the intersection of this guideline and the bottom. Mark those two and draw a line. And then I can use this line to put this at the right angle. Sit nice and satisfying on the body of the snow cat. Yes. Now just these two. Do the same technique. Glad this thing has these little lines on it. Makes this possible to make it look sort of symmetrical while also not looking too perfect. This one goes about that high. Don't have to be exactly the same. I actually think it looks better when there's evidence of it being hand drawn rather than perfectly copied. I actually always look for that when, say, you have a comic where the character looks the same from frame to frame. I always look and see, like, is this exactly the same? Did they just, like, literally copy it from frame to frame, or did they redraw this? And it's not because I think it's bad or anything, it's just something that I do. I think it's because of, you know, they give you those puzzles, like, oh, spot the differences. I think that got me to start thinking that way for other stuff. Alrighty. I think I better leave this. I'll erase it right here. Oops, my eraser's not out. Erase it right here. Bear's body. Although, I need to get on my images real quick. I need to find a picture of Bear. See if I can find a recent one. I don't know if I have a recent one of him just sitting up. I might have to go into my older photos. I have one of him laying down. There's a video. Aw, he's so cute in this video. Okay. I take lots of pet pictures. There's my dog. Oh, there's Bear, but he's laying down. Could be a good one for his face, though. I'm gonna keep that one open. Open it in a new tab. Just keep scrolling. And more pictures of soon. Kiki, Kiba, Bear licking himself. Aw, he's laying in a box. He's laying down. I'm always take pictures of him when he's laying down. Let's see. Might have to go to my older pictures. Oh, he's laying on the table and yawning in this picture. Dang it, I always take pictures of him laying down. More pictures of him laying down. Oh, that is so cute. I'm gonna open this one too. Sitting down rather than laying down, but not the kind that I want. He's sitting down in the front and the back. That was a good picture of his face. Oh, this is from my big hiking trip earlier this year. The bubble run. Geez, I haven't taken a single picture of Bear this year where he's just sitting up. Ooh, Anime Oasis, I took 1,000,000 pictures. Keep going. Oh, still Anime Oasis. Okay, there we go. Oh, Kiki curled up, super cute. Oh, I need Bear. I need a picture of Bear. And Bear cuddling on me. That's not what I need. I might just have to go out and try to get a picture of him. No. Food pictures. Aw, here's a picture of Bear in the grass. Super cute. The grass is covering his body though. That's the whole thing I need. I need to see what his body looks like from the front when he is sitting, but only on the back legs. More bear laying down. Dang it. He's laying in my shoebox. And we're back to February now. Valentine's Day. Soon wearing my glasses. Here's the perfect picture, but it's Kiki. Wrong cat. Okay, I'm gonna go to my folders. My documents, my pictures. I've got my folders titled so I can tell. Bear is always laying down. Oh, that's a really cute picture of him, but he's still laying down. I gave my dogs a bath. This is from 2 years ago. Take a picture of my dogs all soaking wet. Nope. There's Bear laying down on the chair. He's just always laying down, dang it. Bear laying in a basket of laundry. Bear on the fridge, bear on the toaster oven. Alright, guess I'm gonna have to, it's gonna take too long to find a picture. And I want one that looks like Bear now, so I'm going to have to take a picture of him. So I will just focus on these snow cats for now. I wanted their ears to be nice and round and cute because I wanted them to look like they're made out of packed snow. So I don't want them to be too pointy. They should look like cat ears, but I want them to be especially rounded and sort of follow the curve of the rest of the head. I'm glad I drew these lines actually, because it's really great for getting the ears symmetrical from side to side, and I'll be able to do the same thing with the eyes and the whiskers. Don't worry too much about making the ears look the same from snow cat to snow cat, since I want them to look like they're all handmade snow cats. So they ought to be slightly different. Nice round ears. Excellent. Now, I wonder how. I'm going to look up what a snowman actually looks like. How the two balls of snow look. But I'm gonna look up Japanese Yukidaruma because they have they usually use 2 balls of snow rather than the American style 3 balls of snow. There's a KFC one, that's funny. There's one from Wikipedia. Ah, I see. The neck. I see. There's no hard line between the 2 balls of snow. It's actually really smooth. Smooth. Oh, a Pikachu. Oh, a Pikachu Yukidaruma. Kawaii. It's not what I'm trying to look at though, dang it. Okay, I'm going to go back to that picture from the Wikipedia. It was a pretty good example. Now the only line between the 2 is where there's a shadow cast from the upper one onto the lower one. So I need to I'm going to turn my heater on a bit. I'll just put it on low, but even though I have slippers on, my feet are getting pretty chilly. I'm going to erase these circle lines. I'm even going to erase the point where they touch. Something else I wanted to see from that picture. Go back to the picture. Aw, dang it, that doesn't help. I need to see what it looks like. Oh, there's one. Gosh, these are super cute. The line where it meets the snowy ground also needs to be pretty soft. I'm going to be really careful with inking these because I don't want them to be too dark, since the snow does not make any really hard shadows. But I was going to be doing a dark background, so doing a black ink around here is fine. Ooh, something's here. Someone or something is here. My doorbell just rang. Oh, and there goes Soon. He's learned, or he's taught himself really, to bark whenever the doorbell goes off. Hopefully it's not something that I actually need to come to the door for, because I'm not gonna. I'm busy. My husband is working from home too, so hopefully he'll go get it. Yeah, I might actually do all the insides of the, you know, like where the top part meets the bottom, where the bottom meets the ground. Do all that with watercolor and just ink the outsides. And then I'll ink the eyes, and I was gonna do little sticks for their whiskers. Guess I can continue erasing some of this stuff, clean up a little bit. Still need this middle line for placing the eyes and whiskers, but I don't need this top line anymore now that I've drawn the ears. I'm still working 9x12 for this illustration, so it'll match the rest of my holiday illustrations for this year. Oh, I guess the Halloween one was slightly smaller, but for the friend illustration and the family illustration I want to do, I think I'm going to work smaller so I can get them done faster. Might do 8x10, and then I'll do all my work on 8.5x11 sized paper. Okay. I guess I'll do their eyes next. Though, where should I put their eyes? Using the ruler to make a cross line. I'm making this line match up with this line right here on the ruler as far as I can tell. So I can do a line like this. Hopefully that will look balanced this way. Someone's still barking away. Guess no one's gotten the door. I'll go check what it is when I go get a picture of Bear. Guess I better do these two. Although I want the line to be higher, so let's just try and scooch it up. Whew, I rested my elbow on my edge of my table, and now there's a kind of painful impression in it. Erase a little bit more stuff. It helps me keep my thoughts straight if I can keep this tidy. Keep my sketch tidy. Because I have in the past completely finished a piece and then been like, oh, I forgot to do this thing that I wanted to do, and then it's too late by that point. It's because I end up with so much going on that it just, all the details I wanted to include, wasn't possible for me to remember them. There. Now, I purposefully designed this to be as simple to execute as possible so that I can definitely get it done on time. Yeah, I guess I can draw their eyes now. It's too high. Now, they don't have to be super perfect, since they are supposed to look like handmade snow cats. It seems silly, but I want to look up what a twig looks like so that I can really get it right. Huh. Blackthorn twig. I wonder if I should look up a specific. I guess I'll look up holly. Look up a specific kind of tree so that it matches the season, the theme of this. Of course, I didn't want to put any leaves on it, but I could just see what the actual stick part looks like. A bunch of these are just fake ones. I want to make sure it looks real. I should search holly branch instead of twig. This is why I normally don't stream this part of my process, because I'm always doing this, jumping on to look up reference images or taking photos and not actually drawing, because I need to do the research. Got some cute ones with birds on them, but I need one that really shows the stick part. Oh, is this real? Huh. Can't tell if it's real or a plastic one. Oh, I know. I will search holly branch photo. Maybe I'm a little more likely to get actual photographs of the plant rather than, let's this one? Okay, I'm going to try and search dried. Drying techniques. There's hawthorn. Fallen dried branch. Ooh, here's a good one. Oh, it's so tiny. A photo. I don't know if I can use it. It's such a small photo. Zoom in. Okay. I'll try it. Where should their whiskeys be stuck in? Probably on the sides. I'm just going to give them 2 each for a total of 4. Back to that reference picture. And I guess dried, it doesn't look much different than any other stick. It just has pretty smooth bark. They shouldn't be too long or they'll start messing with each other. Teeny tiny eraser. There you are. Need these bumps every once in a while to show where other little branches had been growing. And some, I think I shall make them look as if they were cut to size. I don't want them to be all too perfect. That's pretty good. Now just a few more whiskers to go. trying to make them not perfectly straight also. It seemed like the holly branch was pretty, it had a nice gentle curve to it, and all of them did, in all those pictures I was looking at. I guess I can erase their face guides now that I'm done with them. And I can start to get an idea of what the picture as a whole is starting to look like. Get these ones while I'm at it. There's a little bit of this one's eye. Come back here, eye. There. This one's not long enough. Wasn't Harry Potter's wand made out of holly? I feel like it was. It's another reason Harry Potter as a franchise makes me think Christmas. There, that's better. That looks more even. This one needs to come in further. Oops, wrong thing. Come in further to the face. And a bit more than that. Wrong eraser. I guess I want to put this one totally lower. It's like a big jumble of sticks right there, and it's a little distracting visually. Okay, let me just look at this for a second. Yeah, and redraw this one as well. They're just too close together, and it's bringing attention to that point because there's so much going on. There's nothing particularly special about that point, so we don't need extra attention right there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's see, I'm gonna go get a picture of Bear. So, got a little card. So if anybody pops in and I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna be right back. I'm back. I think I did it. I need to look at my pictures. Oh man. I got this awesome camera app, but the gallery in it is really annoying. Keep forgetting to use my other gallery app. That's pretty good. Took a picture of him in front of a mirror so I can see myself in the mirror. That's not why, but I am able to. I'm like holding my arm up, snapping to try to get him to look up. Okay. He kind of just makes the shape of a straight line because he's so fluffy that he's just a straight line, his body. A straight line up and down. Oh, what the heck? Let me get this. Which one did I like best? This one? This one? Here's the picture of him. I'm just gonna set it right here. So I can keep looking at it. I needed it to be even further down, but I can use my imagination for what this doesn't cover. So he's a super fluffy cat, so he looks quite different in ways from my other cats. His overall silhouette is different. He's also really long and thin. He's just so different. So on my other cats, I could just draw them because they have sort of standard, for the most part, cat body. There, I need to look up. I especially wanted to see how the front legs work, how they ought to be spaced. I drew this too high up. I almost forgot. I wanted to draw him. I wanted to draw him being down here. So let's see. Let's do little front paws. His little cute front paws. And then his cute front legs. And then his back paws come kind of forward like this. On the outside, and then it's just all fluff right here. So I'm not even going to draw a line right there. It's just super fluffy. And then his hind legs is just a bunch of fluff. Just going to draw a line for now to help guide myself. And then his upper body is like this. Okay. His head's not facing the right way. I'm gonna go with one of these older. Oh, that's just so cute. Bear's just so cute. Oh, this is a good one. I'm gonna use this one. Open in new window. And make this one a little smaller. And that way I can have this picture up while also resize this a little bit. Now I use zoom. There we go. See Bear's face. Also keep an eye on the Twitch chat in case anyone wants to talk to me. There. I guess this is too far forward for his feet. Make his back feet go further down. There we go. He's just a bundle of fluff. Even his toes are just long and fluffy. Okay, now what I wanted to do was get the shape of his face right. That was something I was having a lot of trouble when I was sketching him. And here's his little nosy. I find it always helps to make sort of a triangle shape to begin with for cat noses, and then add the details in from there. And I got just the fuzziest chin, fuzziest little chin ever. Kind of like a little Santa beard. Even his cheeks up here need to be drawn fuzzy. Okay, and the way his fur comes out, it actually comes out to the sides. It comes down like this. Interesting. This is going to be a night scene, so I'll give him bigger pupils. Oh, Shin's barking at something again. Barking away. Wonder what it could be. Yeah, I meant to check the mail while I was up getting a picture of Bear, but I forgot. Oh well. Yay, that's looking pretty good. Now, his ears go up and out, and then his face comes down like this. So instead of coming straight up like these kitty ears, they actually stick out a little bit. And of course, it's got that little tiny hairs at the top. Just like pretty much all cats. His head curves up to meet the ears right here. And it's pretty flat on top. The inside of his ear curves around like that. He's just got tons and tons of fur. Sticks out like this. And then it comes down straight from this point. And it actually goes lower than his chin. He's got the longest fur. He's just got the longest fur. I wonder what Soon is barking at. He is just barking and barking. Just barking away. This is really amusing. He goes, woo, 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 woo. Bark, 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 woo. Because no one is coming to check it out. He's like, there's someone there. Hey. None of us are coming to see. Just realized I can erase this too. You don't need this little guide circle anymore. make some lines here to show that this is extra long fluff, and then the fluff that actually comes really off of his cheeks is shorter. Kind of starts up here right at the corner of his eyes. And of course these sticks won't be seen through his fur because he's in front of the snow cats. So I should have it come up here. This bigger one. I would come up and meet with his smiling cheeks. This one's not round enough. It makes him look like Santa. Guess that's perfect since this is my Christmas illustration. Oh, Lynn, welcome! It's working! I'm so happy that it's working for you! I'm so happy! I'm loving your cat dialogue. Oh, thank you, I'm glad. So glad you could join me. I wonder if there was an app update or something and it fixed the problems. Because like I said before, you weren't the only one having problems with it. I think this is pretty good for his face. Well, I'll make this line right here need to be fuzzy. He's just a fuzzy, furry cat. So make sure to get that, because I call him a snow cat, not because he's made out of snow, but because his fur makes him so he can be out in the snow. So his body, I just did the I better switch my other, oh right, I had it on my phone. This reference image I just took, made him sit for me. Not that he's trained. I pushed his butt down and I pushed his chest up and I stay. His body needs to be way fluffier than this. So he actually has this big ruff of chest fur, and that like covers this whole area here. And it comes all the way down. I'm actually simplifying it quite a bit too, because this is a caricature, so I'm not going to draw every single little fluffy fur the way it is in real life. Let's see, it even comes down here onto his legs. And this part of his legs is fluffy, but not quite as long as the rest. I'm just going to do a little fluffy lines, and his little paws are fluffy. It's just going to be all really curvy lines. I think this line needs to come down further, be obscured by longer fluff. These ones I'll have come out wider. this chest ruff even bigger. Not to stick out way far. Oh, yes, yes. That's the look I wanted. Wasn't looking right until I started adding this. Now, yes, now it looks like bear. In between his legs, his belly fluff is just all over the place too. And then even his back legs. Got this furs coming off like this. Aw, it's going in and out again. Remember, I'm there in spirit. Okay, I'll remember. Thanks for watching my other videos too. I'm glad at least those are working for you. The recordings are coming out alright for you. Hopefully, since they look alright to me. And YouTube is a totally different service. And his back feet, need the little fluffs on them. Ah, and one big thing I'm missing. The whole reason I wanted him sitting in front of these snow cats. His big old fluffy tail. Woohoo! I think that's it for the sketch. Still have half an hour to go, so I'm gonna do the tracing. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Where's my tracing paper? Oh, bear. Bear's meowing outside of my door. Oh, Barry. I had to rip this one out. It's kind of glued at the top to the cover of the pad of paper. That's okay, because yesterday I bought this bigger tracing paper because I realized that working at 9x12 and using an exactly 9x12 tracing paper, it just doesn't work, because then it's not, I can't get quite to the edge and then the picture ends up being slightly smaller than 9 by 12. The only trouble with this is that it fits so perfectly on my also 11 by 14 sketch page that it's going to be kind of hard to tape it, but I don't need my tape. I dictate, so sometimes it gets it wrong. Oh, that's okay. I'm pretty sure I understood what you were saying. No problem. I mean, some people just type wrong anyway, so it's not any different than normal typos, regardless of whether it was through a dictation software or just typing it wrong. I'm pretty sure I got the message. Okay, is that enough? Yeah, I think that's good. There. Now, I don't know if I want to use my... When I was using this last time, it kept cutting through this paper. Like it was too sharp. So I think I'm going to use my 3H pencil. Hopefully it's not too light. No, it's fine. Start on this side so that hopefully I don't smudge. And so I tried to make this pretty simple. This part shouldn't take too long. I find it's easier to get this more perfect circle shape if I draw it with a bunch of little lines instead of trying to just trace it with one big line. I never thought in the past that tracing paper would become such a big part of my creation process. But ever since I started using the 300-pound paper for watercoloring, which means that the technique I usually use, which is the light table, to just shine up light from the sketch up and then I can just trace it directly onto the final page, it doesn't work because the 300-pound paper is so thick that the light doesn't get through enough. So I've got to do a top-down method instead. Okay. Finish this side of the snow cat, but I'm not going to do the whiskers yet. So I'm going to draw a bear first. This bear is in front, and then that way I can draw these lines and not have to erase anything. My sketch here is really rough. So now I'm going to be more careful with each line. Now I can draw this part of the snow cat. And I am going to have to erase a little bit. So the tail needs to be behind the face. This long fur is overlapping the tail. That's okay. This is still the sketch stage. Okay. Turn my heater off. I'm finally warmed up enough. There's Bear. Bear meowing at my door again. Should do it this way. I get that line? I can't tell. There. Okay, I guess I better do his face. Things. Yep, that's everything for his face. Whew. Looks just like him. So fuzzy. Okay. I don't think I'm going to have time to ink today. So I only have 10 minutes left. So I have got a lot of Thanksgiving prep to do today. I'm pre-making, for the most part, all the dishes that I'm cooking. And one of them is really complicated. It's so worth it. I make it every year, but it takes a little while to do everything. And I'm making 3 different things, so even though the other ones don't take as long, the fact that there are so many at all means I need a lot of time. Plus, I need to clean the house because my dad's coming to visit from across the state, and it's going to be his first time seeing our new house. So of course, I want to make a good first impression, show that I'm doing well. So clean up the house, and then of course I want to get to bed on time so I can be nice and rested, because I love Thanksgiving, but it's going to be a long day. So I want to have enough sleep so that I'm not, miserable because I'd rather take a nap, but I need to stay up to help with cooking or stay up to spend time with my family. I just want to get enough sleep so that I'm sure to enjoy myself. So this art I'm doing today is all the artwork I'm going to be doing, except for I will upload this stream video once I'm done. But I can mostly do other stuff while that's uploading. There. Whee! Let's take it off of the sketch and see what it looks like. See if I missed anything. If I forgot any spots. I think I got it though. I think I got everything. Decided I didn't want this line of fur right here. Bear's coming to my door to meow again. Don't worry, Bear, I'll feed your lunch as soon as I'm done. He knows I'm in here, he can hear me. Alright, excellent. Just gonna keep this taped on here for now for safekeeping until the next time I work on it, which will probably be next week since, you know, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I'm doing that all day, and then I'm taking a 3-day weekend after that. You know, I guess it's a 4-day weekend because Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna erase this little test line that I did. There. Sweet. Well, there we go. I finished my whole sketch from beginning to end. Now all that needs to be done is that little transition step to transfer this sketch onto the final sheet, and then I can start inking. So I might stream that next Monday when I get back. That's a really easy thing to stream because I don't need to like pause and go get something or pause and look up what something looks like I had to do with this. I still think this turned out alright for a streaming topic, so maybe I'll do it again in the future. Until next time, happy Thanksgiving.